Hey YouTube, Mike here. I hope we all had a fine week. The gaming table, I'm almost ready to post it. I still have a little bit more editing. Like I said, I'm new at the video end of this, and now the editing is quite a challenge figuring it out. But I think I have it, and hopefully I should be posting it tomorrow. I was asked by 2 game stores now to build a very high-end gaming table for Dungeons and Dragons. I never played it. I've heard of it. It's been around since the 70s, but it's very big here in the Jacksonville, St. Augustine area. One table is 4x6 and another table is 4x8, and they wanted one of them with a monitor built into the top of the table to project maps. So that I'm going to be drawing up, and that also will be a future build, probably I would say 2 to 3 months. One of the places is having a renovation done, so they wanted the table for the renovation. I added a new tool to the shop. I added a porta cable scroll saw. It is the PCB 375SS. which is 500 to 1500 strokes per minute at 1.6 amps. Let me pan this over and down so you can see it. There it is. I looked at a few of them. I did look at the DeWalt. For the money and for the amount of times that I'm going to use it, I just couldn't see spending $600. You got to buy the stand, you got to buy a few other things. I think the light also you have to buy. This, I mean, I had a gift card, so this was $1.99, but with the gift card it only cost me $50. This came with this stand, which has to be assembled. It came with the light, and it comes with the dust blower like all of the scroll saws. But the beauty about this one, this rated as second best. DeWalt being the best saw. It has this lever here that releases the tension on the blade, and then this thumb knob here you loosen and the blade will loosen. You put it through the hole, put it back, tighten it back up, and you have it ready to go. Now the only thing that I don't like about the saw, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing about plugging it in, is that it's the delay start. So when it starts very slowly and then builds up to speed. All of the controls are on the top, on, off, speed control, and the light switch. I've used it extensively. There's tons of sawdust on it. It was cut in pieces. The hold down is adjustable. Will go up and down to whatever you're cutting. There is a dust port right here for a vacuum. And the table tilts 15 degrees this way and 45 degrees that way. Right under here is a stop, which you would adjust as a nut and bolt to lock it for this to be down at 0 degrees. But you flip a stop here, which would then allow it to come down, and the reason it doesn't tilt all the way, as you can see, is the motor. Okay, let me show you some add-on stuff that I did to the shop here. Let me just swing this around. I have to make what they call dice towers that you roll your dice in, and it gets a true roll. And I mounted all of my dowels and square stock in 1.5-inch PVC tubing with internal test plugs, so they're not touching the floor. 2.5-inch straps. I have 2 more. I didn't bring enough from my shop to do the whole thing. I want to put them in individual sizes. The scroll saw blades, let me just pan over to here, because I forgot to mention this. What I did with the scroll saw blades is I put them inside of 3/4 CPVC, and one side, and it's about 5.5 inches long. I have 3 of them. I P-touched on, 15 teeth per inch. They're 5 inch. What's the thickness of them? And I glued one end, marked the other end, take them out, and there is the blades. And now I can just put them in my sys ports, and when I need a blade, I have it, and then I'm floating around loosely. Today, I'm going to be starting the MFTC project, that mobile cart from Timothy Wilmot's that I purchased the build sheet, and then I have all of the cut list underneath it. So I'm going to be starting that in about an hour, videoing it, and we'll see how that comes out. Alright, let me pan this camera because we're going to do a little unboxing here. And I know what's in the box, so I don't have to think about it. It's from Fastcap. Oh, look at this. From Paul. It says it's your lucky day. Inside your order we put a free gift for you to enjoy. Have some fun with it. Paul. Well, I know what I didn't order. I really don't do it, but it says it's an iPole mini selfie stick. Quick shot. My daughters will enjoy it. Alright. What I really, which is the most important thing that I ordered, is the saw stash. The saw stash, for those of you that's never seen it, is basically bristles with a ridge that will mount onto your circular saw, your miter saw. You could put it around the guard of your table saw. They sell it by the foot. They sell it 2-inch and 4-inch. The bristles can be cut. And I'm going to mount this onto my Capex, the rubber guard on the Capex. It gives it better dust extraction. It prevents the sawdust from shooting back onto the back of the saw. And once I get this thing mounted, I'll do a video on it, and we'll see how well it works. Okay, I bought more of the power head screws. These things work great. This one I bought, I think they're 1.5 inches. I got like 2.5, 1 inch. But what I also bought was the flush mount drill bit. I watched quite a few guys use it, and basically what this thing does is it pilots the hole and then sinks a recess for the fast caps. And I bought 52, which is just natural birch, so I can stain it or paint it myself. And I'm going to give them a shot. These actually are wood. They do make plastic. Okay, I bought some more tape for the fast edge. And then these tack pads. I've seen them quite often on YouTube. And you have to cut your own wood, and you adhere these pads. They're, I think, 2.5 by 2.5. There's a double-sided nail that will hold the piece up, and basically it holds the piece up above while you're staining or painting or even sanding. And for drying, because it'll pin with the little nail, it will hold the piece up. And then, I bought this long nose, it's a marker for the Kaizen foam. You can mark really anything with it, but it's more used for the Kaizen foam. And then the last thing that I got, and it's actually for work, we've used these clips to hold our tape, measuring tape on. And I have 2 different tapes here. This is the Fastcap, the lay flat, and it fits in nice. It does have a pencil sharpener, but it will even fit the Milwaukee tape. Now I don't have any other tapes, but I'm assuming it's going to fit like the Stanley or the DeWalt tape. There's also screw holes provided, and it says right on it, bench mount. So I bought 4 of them, 2 I'll give to my workers, and 2 of them I'll mount here on the table. All right, YouTube. That's it for this video, and I'm going to be starting that MFTC project right now, and then I'll be posting that. Alrighty, you all have a nice day, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.